could.
Okay. All right. Do a countdown.
5, 4, 3.
And we are live from my office suites in Peoria, Arizona. You're listening to the Phoenix Metro Chamber Radio Hour, brought to you by the Breakthrough Thinking Broadcasting Network. I'm Dave Isaac, and I am really honored today. Two very special people. I've known both of these gentlemen for quite a while, and especially the founder and executive director of the Phoenix Metro Chamber, Jason-Bressler. I've known you, it seems like since you were born, but I know that's not true. I think it was like 15 years ago.
Yes, it was about 15 years ago.
Phenomenal, and you have, and thank God you haven't changed. You're still the phenomenal networker. As technology goes, you have proven that isn't always better, because you have this book full of cards and you're always helping people because it's your heart. And technology cannot do anything with the heart. And that's what you have, Jason. And I really, really appreciate you. Patrick Walker, always nice seeing you. I remember you were on our show on another network 6-7 years ago, I think.
Several years ago, no doubt.
Man, and Walker Insurance Group, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, this is really exciting. Now, if you have not, for some reason, heard of the Phoenix Metro Chamber, you either, I don't know, you're probably not living on this planet, because this is the most exciting, fastest growing chamber in the state, and maybe even other states. I'm not sure, but I know in Arizona here, it's quite a buzz, and it's really an honor, Jason, to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit. Let's start with the Phoenix Metro Chamber. A little bit how it got started, because it's only, I'm thinking, like 3-4 years old, right?
Yes, in September we will be 3 years old, and we've grown to over 500 members. And we started with a group of founders and leadership team members who came to my father, Gene, who is our CEO and a founder, and they stated that they wanted to start their own Chamber of Commerce. And since then, everything that we do is a result of what our members request. So we try to help make the citywide connections to help our member businesses grow, to help our community thrive. We do that through business networking, through education, through community support, through philanthropy. And we really want to listen to our members so their return on investment for their memberships is greater than any investment they make in their Chamber of Commerce.
You know, when you say return on investment, that's also, you know, I'm a CPA, and of course many financial people would look at it as a money thing. I don't always look at it that way. I look at the return on investment are the friendships, how you can help people. You're there not to get for you, but to give to others. That, to me, is the greatest thing, way above money, you can ever do. And I got to congratulate you. It starts with the top. You've attracted amazing people like Patrick Walker, who has a similar heart to you. And likes attract. I mean, let's face it. I mean, they say opposites attract. Not really. Really, the deep core values that have brought this chamber to a position of excellence in the community are because the great people you have. And I've never seen anyone have so many volunteers willing and eager to serve, and it's because of the top, you guys. And so, Patrick, you want to comment on that? I know you're blushing a little bit, but that's okay.
No, I'd like to speak a little to what you just said about the chamber giving, and it's not about money, but on the flip side of that, it is.
And it can be, yeah.
Yeah, the thing of it is what's so powerful about this chamber and so many of the members that you'll interact with if you go to one of the Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce events, is you will continuously meet people that genuinely do want to help you. And it's because they truly understand the best way to network is to do it that way. If I help you, just by nature, you're going to want to help me. So if I'm a person that's out there continuously, like Jason-Bressler, if I'm out there continuously giving back, trying to help people grow their business, sending leads, sending introduction requests, bringing people together and seeing those businesses grow that you're bringing together, all of those people that are reaping those rewards are going to look to you and want to do the same for you. And when you have an organization that's 500 plus, and a large percentage of those people are of that like mind, you're going to see some really, really great things happen. I mean, I know from my business alone, I mean, I have, gone out of my way to try to give back to community, give back to other members. And because of that, it's been fantastic for my business. So when you talk about return of investment, not only have I built some amazing relationships that will be lifelong friendships in this chamber, but my business is growing at an extraordinary level because of those connections and because of that type of mentality that so many of us have.
Now, what I learned earlier before we went on the air, that's a concept I never heard of, Kyle, called cause marketing.
Yes.
Talk about that, because I think it's fascinating. I love marketing concepts, and this sounds like one that's a nice secret that people should know about.
It's a great way to grow your business. What I did when I opened when I got into the insurance business a little over 6 years ago, I had just returned back to Arizona from a stint in Texas, and I knew I had to develop my network. And so I've always been one that wants to give back. I've gone to a few little things here and there, the Jerry Lewis Show, the American Heart Academy. I've done a bunch of things where I've done volunteer in the past, but I never did it, in a way in which I really committed large amounts of time or really in any type of a strategic way. It was just, let me just go and, you meet a few people here and there. Well, when I came back, I thought, all right, I can start investing money in print advertising. I can invest money in websites. I can invest money here. I can invest money there to grow my business and to get my name out. But one, my resources were limited, so I didn't have a lot of money to spend on marketing. But two, they always say the best type of business that you can ever get is when people are looking to you to send you business, when you actually have a referral-based business. And I thought, how could there be a better way than going out, volunteering time at nonprofit organizations, giving back to community, and while I'm doing that, I'm interacting with professionals of all walks of life that are also volunteering time. They have like mind, like we just spoke about. And through that, I've developed some amazing connections, some amazing strategic partners that have helped me grow my business and have helped me and the chamber do some fantastic things. So cause marketing is a way of marketing your business through giving back. And I've always told people that come to the philanthropy committee meetings, I always say, you know what, find a nonprofit cause that's close to your heart and get involved with that nonprofit organization that's in that area. Because if you do, you're going to feel good about the time you're dedicating and committing to that organization, but you're also going to make those connections that are going to help you grow your business in a way you cannot grow your business any other way. You can invest all the money in the world in your website. You can invest in TV, radio, obviously, but when you can get out there and make those direct contacts and people know your heart and they have a like-minded heart, that's powerful, especially when it comes to business.
Now, I know Jason is all about other people, but I need to shine a spotlight, at least shortly, on Jason, because I can't tell you how much I think of this guy. It's beyond words, really. And your dad is awesome, too. I'll always have fun with him. He'll call me up sometimes to pretend he's in New York, and we're doing a live show on the phone, and we end up talking an hour and a half. It's hysterical. And he's a very funny guy, too. But I know he should be at the not the improv, but the improv or whatever comedy club he wants to be at. But Jason, it's just remarkable. And I will tell the story. I met you at a networking event probably 15 years ago, and I think you were just working for a bank at the time. And it was just fascinating to me how this. You still look young, and you look way younger than
Thank you.
You are. I know, but you were just a young kid back then. And I go, I've never seen anything like it. He had this big book of cards, and he said, who you want to know? I go, how does he know all these people? But more importantly, how he was just giving. He didn't expect anything in return at all, and he was just giving to help people. And that there's not many people like that in the world. So I want to acknowledge you, and I know it's probably contrary to what you want to do, but still, I need to acknowledge you for that, because you've put together, you and the other founders, including your dad, a most remarkable, Chamber of Commerce, and it's noticeable. Like Patrick said, you're surrounded by, I want to call them angels. I mean, that's what I'm going to call it. All right, I've called it that because it's just you walk in and it just feels like home. And to create that atmosphere cannot be easy. But maybe it is easy when you have the heart to do that. And so Jason, let's just talk a little bit. Is there a secret to your success to be able to attract so many people? Not only the people that surround you, the volunteers that work hours and hours, and they love it, but also just attracting, people coming to these events. That's a talent, and maybe that's not even the right word, Patrick. Maybe it's not a talent. Maybe it's just his soul.
It's a gift.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe that's a better
Yeah.
word. So, how do you do that?
Well, first and foremost, I owe my success to my family and my friends, like you gentlemen. Without my family and friends, I wouldn't have the values and the morals that I possess every single day. And my why every day has and always will be, how can I help others be successful? How can I help the community be better? How can I help a charity serve more people that are not as fortunate as I am? And you lead by example.
Yeah.
My actions speak louder than my words. I'm out there when I'm not working, volunteering my time, making sure that these charities know that I'm a person that's going to give hope, strength, and joy to people who don't have that. I'm also someone that is here always to support his clients, his friends, his family. Many of you in the chamber and out there know that I'm working all the time, trying to find, whether it's Patrick's, your next client, because I genuinely want to see all of you succeed even more than me. And I'm not going after every member in the Valley. Rather, our organization is going after the folks that share the values, the morals, the beliefs that all of you have, because it is your chamber. Everything we do is based on what you tell us, because that's the way that an effective chamber runs. You listen to your members, you listen to those who guide you and mentor you, and you take that, and I take it very seriously.
When he says working all the time, Patrick, he's not kidding. I will get emails of introductions at midnight, 1 in the morning. It's phenomenal. I just can't wait to open my phone and say, who am I going to get this time? No, and, of course, just yesterday you did, and I'm looking forward to meeting them tonight at a great event that we'll go over and let people know. But I think, what you said is true. I also do neuro-linguistic programming. You may have heard that. And the big why is so important. Tony Robbins, probably the most known of the NLP practitioners. However, when you said your big why is hope, strength, and joy, giving that to others who may not have that, that says it all. I mean, right? I mean, that is an amazing, amazing big why. People with big whys have just want to make more and more money. How high is up? I mean, it doesn't work. In the end, look at all the unfortunate tragedies of people think that fame and fortune will create happiness. It just doesn't do that. I mean, but it doesn't mean you can't have money. It doesn't mean that. It just means don't place your identity as with money. It's just not going to work. I mean, it doesn't go with you. In fact, who knows where it's going. But I really appreciate what you said. Let's talk a little bit more about what are some of the special highlights of the Phoenix Metro Chamber. What makes you stand out? What are you most proud of?
Well, I'm most proud of, as both of you mentioned, a group of individuals and professionals who truly believe in working together to not only help their Chamber of Commerce, but to help our community in a way that's meaningful, lasting, and significant. And I'm proud to say that they are my family, each and every one of you. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for any of you. Yeah. And I'm also proud that we have started a foundation, the Phoenix Metro Chamber Foundation. It's a 501c3 organization that is aligned with our Chamber of Commerce to serve charities that are members of your Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to create a greater impact than we already have. We've already raised over $50,000 for local nonprofits in the last 3 years. We do donation drives almost every day because we collect bare necessities, food, clothing, bottled water, pet supplies for charities that give to those who need those supplies, to volunteering our time, like we did this past week with OCJ Kids, helping them with their back-to-school drive. And this week we're going to Harvest Compassion Center to help the homeless and the less fortunate, some of us. So, again, it's truly a blessing to be a part of something where people genuinely want to help each other and make an impact in their community.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I notice you have a nice event, October 14th, sponsored by the Phoenix Metro Chamber Foundation. And it's you want to talk a little bit about that now since we brought that up?
Sure. Well, Patrick, our philanthropy co-chair and board of advisors member, along with Bill Kelly with Syngenia Insurance, he's our philanthropy co-chair and board of advisors member. We're putting on a poker tournament. And it's going to be Saturday, October 14th from 2 to 5 p.m. over at the Hilton Garden Inn, Phoenix North, Happy Valley. The address is 1940 West Pinnacle Peak Road in Phoenix. And we're going to have 100 players out there trying their luck at winning a poker tournament. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have lots of fun things going on that day. And the monies that are raised are going to go to the Phoenix Metro Chamber Foundation, which distributes resources to the member charities that are members of the Chamber of Commerce. So there are sponsorships available. We also want to thank Arizona Nights Entertainment Company, Greg Robbins and Diane Robbins, for their participation. They're going to be out there helping us. They do a great job, and they've helped me before and other organizations with running poker tournaments and casino nights and great events. And Greg's energy is infectious as well. And we want to thank Carrie Leary with Schuster Printing. She is our printing sponsor. She is amazing if you need printing. They're a local printer here in Tempe. And you can contact her at any time at 480-951-8878. We also want to thank Glenn Meir, who's our photographer with Meir Images Photography and Videography. And he's helping us out with this event. He's at 602-999-9217 or Glenn with 2 N's at meirimages.com.
How does he do that?
And
how does he know the phone numbers without looking?
No kidding, huh?
And we
Not
want
right?
and last but not least, we want to thank Jen Wolf with Wolf Creative, who helped us with the graphic design. And her number is 602-441-5621. Her email address is loupgarou, numbers 82@gmail.com. And we can't do it without our sponsors and our philanthropy committee and of course all our chamber members in our community. So to help out with this event, and we're going to have a lot more of these events. If folks can sign up already at phoenixmetrochamber.com/events.
That is phenomenal. Now, how does this work? So you got 100 players. I think you said. Do you put X amount in to participate in entrance fee? Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what would that? How
Yeah.
does that
So
work?
we're anticipating at least 100 players. So what's going to happen is the $125 buy-in will get you at the table, and there's no rebuys. It's just $125, and then from that point forward, the final table is where all the prizes will be distributed. So whoever ends up at the final table will actually walk away with prizes that comes from the prize money. And so it should be a pretty exciting tournament and give us all the opportunity to get out there and throw some cards around and raise some money for some wonderful nonprofits at the same time.
Wow, that is really cool. October 14th, Saturday. That's interesting. I wonder if I'm just thinking about NBC Sports.
Yes, please.
That might be. We'll have to talk about that. Maybe we
Yeah.
could show up and do a remote broadcast there. That might be sort of cool. That sounds like a really fun event, though. Now, and even if you know poker, you don't know poker, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's to have fun. It's helped the community to help charities. So,
Absolutely.
but it would be a good way, rather inexpensive way, to test how you are in poker. So, because poker seems really popular. You turn on ESPN and they go, what? That's a sport? But I guess it is. So, Gabe Kaplan, actually, I think, won one time the World Championship. You remember? Welcome back, Cotter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think he did. Now, so that's a great event, and we'll get back to the events in a second. Patrick, you talked about you volunteered. I think you said Jerry Lewis, the telethon.
Boy, that was a long time ago. Yes, I did.
Yeah, I was watched his telethon, and sadly he is no longer involved, and I don't even know what happened. I'm not sure it's public. So anyway, I hope all is well there, because he did raise a lot of money over the years.
Absolutely.
And it's a little different organization now. So Patrick, let's talk about you a bit with the Walker Insurance Group.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew you before you started the business, but you were in insurance at that point when you were on one of
yes.
your shows. So what motivated you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, it's always been in my blood. I've actually, dipped into some businesses here and there throughout my professional lifetime. But when I got into the insurance business, originally I did open an office with Allstate, a fantastic company. But that didn't quite work out the way I had hoped. I ended up staying with Allstate for several years before moving on, and in working for big companies like Allstate, and then of course I also worked a short period of time for Liberty Mutual as well, two exceptional companies. The biggest challenge for me in the insurance business was I'm going to a networking organization. I'm developing relationships like we just talked about. People know me, they trust me, they want to do business with me, but then my rates aren't competitive. That was a challenge, and that was frustrating.
And there's not much you can do about
There
that.
There isn't. You could have a great agent that has the best intentions for his clients, and if he doesn't have the products that are competitive, what is he going to do, or she? And so that's where I started to look, and I wanted to go independent. I wanted more options, and informing my company, Walker Insurance Group, I partnered myself with Insurance Professionals of Arizona, which is a very large brokerage in the state of Arizona, and it gave me resources. Right now I can write auto insurance for 26 different companies. Oh. I can write home insurance for 18 different companies, and then there's countless amounts of companies that I can write for commercial insurance and life insurance. So now whenever someone wants to sit down and talk with me, it's very, very rare for me not to have the best rates. Now it's just a matter of us having the right coverage. And it's still occasionally I'll still not win, in terms of price. It still happens, but it's very, very rare. When you have 26 options, usually one of those companies is going to come in with the sweet spot rate, and we're going to get the coverage right, and the customer's going to end up in a win-win situation.
Now, how does that work? So you're independent,
Mm-hmm.
And do they still your clients deal directly with you? Versus when you get them a certain company to be insured by, do they have to deal with the company, or it's always with you?
Ideally, they would want to deal directly through me. They can still call. They could set up their online accounts. They can still call into the company and talk to customer service if they want. But most people that have an agent don't want to have to do that. They want to just call one person and know that they're going to get taken care of, and that's what I do.
And that's why it's a great service.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that can beat price, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If great service, people are willing to pay a bit more.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of it is now, and when I was with those other companies, I had to sell that. I had to sell service, and me. Sell myself and sell my service. And
True.
Obviously, the brand, the big name that's advertising gazillions of dollars on TV. But the reality of it is most of the companies that aren't that are in the insurance business that aren't spending gazillions of dollars on TV, those companies are really good companies too. So in this case, now not only can I give the service I've always given, but now I can also get them the price that they might not have been getting before.
So it's an extra benefit there. How hard is it to become an independent broker, and why are not more people doing that?
That's a really good question. It's not that hard. You obviously have to be licensed to do insurance, but if you're in the insurance business, you can go independent. Now with me going independent, when I go and I work for State Farm, for example, a great company, and I go work in one of those offices, well, I'm going to have a paycheck coming in from State Farm. When I opened up my business, as you know, if you're an entrepreneur, when I first opened my doors, there was no paychecks coming in. I had to get out there and I had to create those paychecks.
That answers the second question.
Yes,
then.
And I officially hit my 2-year anniversary this month.
Wow.
And so,
nice.
as with any business, no matter what industry we're in, when you're growing your business and it's brand new, it's challenging. I've had some moments in those first 2 years where I was like, boy, am I going to make it? I'm still,
sure.
Is there enough volume to allow me to survive while I'm growing this business? And thankfully through, obviously tremendous help from the Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce and Jason-Bressler, among many other people, my business has really, really taken off. 2018 has been so exciting. Because
18.
Well, I'm sorry,
Back
18.
to the
yeah,
future.
I'm done.
Remember that movie,
2017.
Back to the Future?
Yeah,
Tell
you know,
us
that's
what's
exactly what I'm doing. I'm jumping into 18 because 2018 has been in my mind as the year where everything is going to finally, I mean, all of the hard work. 2017 is what I was going to say, has been a year of tremendous growth. 2018 will be a year where I really can start to reap the rewards of all the hard work from those first few years.
Sure, and that totally makes sense. I thought you had maybe some lucky numbers in the future you could give to me.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So, and let's do a testimonial because Jason, I understand, if I can say it, you're a client of Patrick's.
Yes, I am, both on a business level and an individual level. First, we work with Patrick at the Chamber with our business insurance, and he's done an incredible job making sure that we're fully taken care of and have the services that we need and options on our insurance that we will need for any situation, and we're very fortunate and blessed to be working with Patrick. And then individually, I was looking to make a switch for various reasons, and I knew the first person and the only person I would want to go to is Patrick. And I went to Patrick right away. He got back to me right away. One thing that's very important to me is service and follow through, and Patrick does that to a T. He's genuinely wants what's best for his client, and I appreciate that. There really isn't enough positive feedback I can give regarding Patrick and his ability to work with clients in such a professional, hard-working manner. And I had a lot of questions. Obviously, I have made a switch. I'm very loyal to folks that I do business with or support and partner with. And Patrick was definitely the right person to go to for my own personal accounts, and I'm very happy with them. It's rare you come across someone who just is so genuine and so about the community and so about helping others and doing the right things, and that's what Patrick Walker's all about.
That's when you hear those words, Patrick. What goes through your heart and soul?
Obviously, I'm very grateful, and Jason and I, through the years, have developed a fantastic friendship, and that is we'll transition right into why you would want to be a Chamber of Commerce member, or obviously we're promoting the Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce, but networking as a whole is such a powerful way of growing your business if you do it right. And, I can tell you right now, I can go out like we talked about before, and I can advertise in a newspaper, or I can get a big website, and I can go around boasting about how I saved this person $500 and that person $1,000. And but it's gonna ring shallow for most people. But when you're sitting if it's coming from me, if you're sitting at a Chamber of Commerce meeting and someone stands up and say, you know what, I just did business with Patrick and he saved me $700. That's powerful because it's not coming from me. It's coming from somebody that actually did save that money. And so there's the value in that type of testimonial at an organization like the Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce when there's 100 people sitting around and they hear that's something you take notes about. And that's how we grow our businesses in an organization like this, is by providing that exceptional service, by actually giving the customer what they want, developing that relationship for all to see, which would happen when you get a testimonial at a meeting like this.
And Patrick consistently receives testimonials on a regular basis at his Chamber of Commerce. And the fact is that Patrick works very, very hard behind the scenes to do things above and beyond for his clients, for his Chamber of Commerce, for his Chamber Foundation, and for his community. And those are the type of folks that I think deserve the support. And like I said, I am so grateful for everything Patrick does and for our friendship. And for those of you out there, it's really, really important to know that this is a long-term investment you're making when you join a Chamber of Commerce. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen just by giving a piece of paper or a business card to someone. You need to follow through. You need to build that relationship. You need to help them and provide resources. And again, be someone that they can count on. And Patrick is all of those and more. And we are so grateful, and I can speak for my father, our Chamber of Commerce, Foundation, to have someone like Patrick who just you can't say enough about.
Dave, and one of the things Jason just said is really, really important, because a lot of times when you go to a chamber meeting or any other type of a networking event, a lot of times there's a lot of people in the room that don't fully grasp what it means to be a good networker. And, when you're developing relationships, like if you go to an event and you start passing out cards and you expect your phone to ring the next day, that's not going to happen. There's some people that I've been interacting with for several years where I'm just getting their business now. You're going to occasionally get that person that they hear that testimonial and you met them one day and the next day you're doing business, but it is a process, and you do have to be committed to that. It's by far the best way to grow your business. There's no other investment in money or time you can give that's more effective than networking, but you do have to be patient.
Totally agree, and that's amazing how you just ended the sentence with being patient, and I typed in right here, have patience.
Yes.
Amazing that we're thinking alike there. I agree, networking is phenomenal, and especially at a phenomenal place like the Phoenix Metro Chamber, where you're drawing huge numbers anyway. And I know it's not about quantity, but quantity certainly doesn't hurt. I mean, the energy, it uplifts everyone, and especially quantity with quality.
Yeah.
You can use that, actually. I like that, right? Quantity with quality. What do you think?
That.
Yeah,
that could be whatever you want to call it.
If Gene was here, he'd have a lot to say on that topic.
Who was there?
If Gene was
here. Oh,
here.
yeah, I'm sure he would. Yes. So let me ask Jason a few questions here. What type of questions do you usually get from potential members? And the second part is, what resistance do you get? Anytime there's money involved, often there's a certain group in the population that focus on money. I always say, you got to focus on value. You'll figure out how to get the money. If the value is there and it's really there, the money is irrelevant. And there's always ways to be able to afford something, maybe change a lifestyle or whatever. But think value first. Jason, so what questions do you usually get? What objections?
So the first question I receive is, what makes you different? It's pretty obvious what makes us different, from philanthropy to individual strategy sessions with me, our CEO, Jason-Bressler, our committees, to events that are focused on a smaller group versus a larger group. We don't get involved in politics. There are a lot of differences. The second question I get is, what kind of time frame can I expect to be involved? Because obviously time is a commodity, a valuable commodity, and people want to know that they're spending their time wisely. So there are a lot of ways I answer that question. When you come to an event, for instance, myself, our committee members, our board members will be happy to introduce you to anyone you want to meet, whether it's Dave Isaac, who's a CPA and does NLP, or Patrick Walker, who does insurance, or Jen Wolf, who does graphic design. Down the line, we are here to help you make those connections. The second is, if you want something, if you want us to create an event, if you have an idea, we are an organization that wants to put that forward for our members. No matter what the investment is, no matter what the time is and the resources. That's why we're doing things like the poker tournament. Yeah. That didn't come from myself or my father. That came from members like Patrick and Bill Kelly, who are innovative, who are, who know what works. And now we're putting it into motion. The other thing is, we're very much about making sure that come up to us, let us know what you need. I'll come to your office and make calls with you. I will go to networking events with you. We'll help you understand how to make this an effective, valuable experience, but you need to tell us. You need to let us know what it is that is valuable to you.
I'm going to give a testimonial. I think I've done it many times. However, I don't know of any other organization that has access to their top person that's willing and happy to sit down. When you said individual strategies with you, Jason, that is the truth. I've had some strategy sessions with you. I know so many people are. You'll often call me, and I encourage you, while you're at a meeting, always feel free to call me, and I'm giving you top priority, and I'll talk to the people about the radio or whatever, the Phoenix Metro Chamber. See, anyone can have individual strategies, but they don't, with the top members. But they don't. I don't know any organization that does it. But when you have a guy like Jason, that is the king of networking, but really that's even too small of a description. He's the king of. He's the heart of hearts. That there's no competition. You're in the no competition zone, I call it, because the truth is you do that, and you've never charged anyone, as far as I know. I mean, I have no words for that, really. Patrick,
Yeah.
I mean, follow up with my no words
No,
on
I
describing what Jason does for people.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I've had to have some conversations with him sometimes where he needs to unplug a little bit.
Yeah.
He never stops. I mean, literally night and day,
Totally.
day and night. You know, it's some of these events every now and then I'll grab him and sit him down and give him a glass of water and have him take a breath or two. But he's truly committed to his members' success.
yeah.
And, you know, I mean, on that, you know, the thing of it is that when he sees one of his chamber members be successful, it's very obvious that he takes great pride in that.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, the chamber, you know, people that would come in and out of the chamber that might not see the success, they're the ones that didn't commit the time, and that actually you could see the pain in his eyes when that happens. I
Totally
mean,
agree.
he sees the
Yeah.
discipline, and he wants them to succeed. But the reality of it is it's up to us, and we have to utilize tools like Jason and the resources that the chamber gives us. And if we choose not to do that, we're not going to be successful. But the reality of it is, Dave, you and I know in the business world, when those resources are there, if we really want to be successful,
Yeah.
this is what you want to be. You want to have access to that.
There's no question about it. You know, I was going to ask the question to both of you, what is your greatest joy? And I think Jason just described it, is to helping others, period. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, if you had a choice of winning the lottery or helping people, I'm sure you're going to, the more people you can help is like the lottery to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would be donating most of that money to charity anyway and
Well,
giving
yeah.
it to family and friends like yourselves. It's not about me. It never will be about me. I'm blessed to have the greatest family, friends, and clients any person could have. And, you know, for me, seeing, for instance, Jeff Corallo, who started networking, and he's a CPA as well, but now he's very involved in our chamber. He's on both boards. He's getting out there and networking, and he's told me recently that his business has grown so much thanks to being a part of this. And, you know, and seeing someone come from not being a true networker and, you know, now to being very comfortable and getting out there and growing his business, that's what I want to do the rest of my life. I just want to make an impact wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, and I'm fortunate to do so. And if I can help somebody, yesterday I got a call, a family, unfortunately, their home was on fire and they have 10 kids and they need some help. And I gave them to the Harvest Compassion Center and Mitchell Swaback Charities, who's a member of our chamber, who provides items, whether it's food, clothing, hygiene items, to folks in distress like that to help out. And then who you mentioned, our business development representative, Johnny Cash, is helping out and giving her referrals and opportunities. And like I say, we're blessed to work with people and partner with people who have such big hearts. And every day, that is just, I can't say enough about how lucky I am.
I think it's phenomenal. It really is. And, you know, and let's go over some of the events that are coming up, because they are really good. And they're pretty, Wednesday's always usually a big time for you. And it's consistent. And so people, you know, when they think of Wednesday, they should be thinking of the Phoenix Metro Chamber, what's going on. So run down some of your routine events and special events and those type of things.
Sure. So every first Wednesday we have a breakfast from 7:30 to 9 a.m. And we usually have a speaker talk about something that is valuable, that is education and not just selling something, a product or service. It's how can I be more efficient in my business, or how can I, you know, help myself to have more balance in my life. It's very, very intriguing. Patrick was actually one of our speakers and did a great job when we were at the Musical Instrument Museum a couple months back. Then we have the second and fourth Wednesdays, we have lunches. Those are from 11:30 to 1:30. Usually our second Wednesday lunch is more of an open networking kind of format. The fourth Wednesday is what we call our PMCC Connects Luncheon, and we usually do a networking activity. For instance, folks go around the table and talk about the kinds of referrals, the kinds of opportunities they're looking for, or folks get up and they talk about a challenge they may be having in their business and how our members can help, or potentially our guests can help. You know, really trying to get back to making it innovative, unique, and interactive. The first Thursday and the third Wednesday, we have our mixers. Those are from 5:30 to 8 p.m. So tonight we actually have a mixer at the Hilton Garden Inn, Phoenix North, Happy Valley, 5:30 to 8 p.m. And we collaborate with other organizations because we never want to limit the opportunities for our members. We always want to bring in new people, and we're not about ourselves. We want to make sure that we have other family members and other organizations that we partner with. So we're proud to partner with the Southwest Veterans Chamber of Commerce, the Peoria Chamber of Commerce, North Peoria Referral Network, as well as the 101 Referral Network. They are coming to this event to meet our members, to get to know each other, to blend together so they can do business together and realize greater opportunities and greater resources that they wouldn't have if it was just a Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce event. And we are totally open to collaborating with other organizations on our events. So if someone is a part of another organization and wants to possibly join up with us and do something special, we are open to that because together we can create a greater impact. Together we can make a bigger and better difference in our community and in our businesses. So we also do ribbon cuttings and open houses throughout the month. And then every fifth Wednesday, I should say, and every quarter we do an educational luncheon. So this time we're going to be doing a luncheon on the 30th at the Franciscan Renewal Center from 11:30 to 2, and we're going to have Daniel Cruz talk about social media.
Oh, yeah.
He's with Biltmore Media. We're going to have Stephen Moore with Real Wealth Action Coach, one of our founders, talk about, and he's our education committee co-chair as well. He's going to talk about making profits in your business, things that are very, very important that folks, again, are going to take something from and use in their businesses or in their professional, personal lives. And then we're always open to other events. We have power teams as well that meet. They're smaller groups run by our Ambassadors Committee Chair, Larry Larson with Frontier Financial of Arizona, home of the Lone Rangers, 602-281-4284, Larry at ffaz.us.
Larry's great, by the way.
Yes,
Larry's awesome.
I was like Larry, yeah.
But those are smaller events where people can get to know folks in the financial industry like Patrick, or folks in the real estate industry, or folks in the marketing industry, or a breakfast club where they're focused on business to business, and folks that do business that way. So our members can connect with those folks. Again, a greater range of professionals and people to network with and to get to know and build those connections and friendships.
That's smart. Who thought of the power groups, by the way? I think it's so innovative and clever.
I'm going to give the credit to Larry.
Yeah.
Larry really is an amazing person and professional with a heart of gold, and Larry brought this opportunity to us. He does what's called a Renovate training to help people better network, and he does an amazing job, and I highly recommend folks reach out to Larry to talk about how to better network and these groups. We're fortunate enough to have Larry as one of our leaders, and he is a prime example of a true professional.
He is. Yeah.
There's no cost to go to that class, and it's a power. If you're not real familiar with how to network effectively, take advantage of that free resource. Larry teaches that class, and that will set you in the right direction.
Yeah, Larry Larson, a great guy. I've been to one of his power groups, the real estate one.
Yeah,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
And Larry has his own networking deal, the holistic deal, I think. Which is a cool thing. He draws pretty darn good, actually.
Absolutely.
And a good group of people. But it's so nice that you got him on board, too.
Absolutely.
He's like-minded. There's no doubt about it. So you're pretty busy. I mean, this is a busy chamber. Now I'm going to ask, we probably have about 10 minutes left or so. Let's ask this question. In 5 years, where do you see the Phoenix Metro Chamber? What would it look like? What would be different about it? Anything you can think of. You may have done some strategic planning and at least visionary work to see where you're going to be.
Yeah, we think we'll be at 1,000 members citywide. 5
years from now.
Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely. And we will also have events going on in all parts of the valley, not just Phoenix, not just Scottsdale.
Okay.
We're already doing events in Peoria and Glendale.
That's right.
We're going to be doing events in hopefully Mesa, Tempe. We're going to be doing events in downtown Phoenix and central Phoenix. We're going to be partnering with other folks. We're going to be raising more money for these charities through the foundation. We're going to be putting on more charity events, small to big, whether it's a restaurant fundraiser, to our second annual charity golf tournament that we're doing May 12th at True North Golf Club, which is going to be big, and it's benefiting the March of Dimes and the Arizona chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Is that a Saturday?
It's a Saturday.
And where is it again?
True North Golf Club. It's up on Dynamite and Pima in North Scottsdale. It's a beautiful course.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have activities for folks who don't golf too, from cornhole tournaments to kids' activities.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. This is a family event. Just like all of our events, we want everyone to feel welcome and everyone to feel a part of this.
Wow.
And we're planning a lot of other things too. We're even considering planning a run and a walk as well that people can get involved in and come and raise money on behalf of their charity, preferably, a member charity of the Chamber. But we welcome everybody to be a part of this. And again, we're going to be, instead of $50,000, we hope to raise $500,000 for charities.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to know who we are eventually, and they're going to want to be involved in some level. And it may not be a chamber membership. It may be the foundation. It may be making a donation to their favorite charity. It may be putting on an event where we can come and be a sponsor and get our members' names out there. Because when we sponsor a charity event, for instance, we get Walker Insurance Group out there. We get NBC Radio out there because we want to promote our members that put us in this position to kindly help, to kindly support, and to do the things to help our member businesses grow.
It's interesting. That's great expansion, and you may not think of it in the business sense expansion. I'm assuming you're thinking of expanding to help others, which is a better way to think about it than expansion, which will continue to draw, I believe, like-minded people, because you're going to need it. Well, the resources will be, maybe double what you'll need to put on events, but setting the tone like that. In my opinion, as a CPA and a business consultant, expansion often doesn't work because they don't have the right values, the priorities. This will work, guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing it right now, because you do have the right values, and the right people will show up, and I think that's just one of the, as Patrick said, the best gifts anyone can have. And if people wanted to develop that gift, if they don't have that gift, or let me ask you, do you think everyone has that gift? They just don't know they have it, and maybe their values are out of order? Sure. So it's an interesting philosophical question.
When you're talking in reference to networking and developing relationships?
No, the heart and soul of people.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I think everybody wants to do good, but there are different levels of that. I think. Yeah.
And that's what makes us so unique. I just think just amazing thoughts, and I'm so happy to be part of it as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And are there any other events you would like to talk about as we're getting closer to the segment towards the end
Jason
of the show?
Mentioned the golf tournament. Now we had our very first golf tournament this past year, which was it turned out to be a big success. And we ended up I believe it was $7,000 to charity.
Nice.
Both the Arizona chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics was the primary beneficiary, and we also had the Southwest Veterans Foundation that also was a beneficiary of that event. And it's kind of catapulted us into this tournament for next year, where True North, as Jason was saying, where the location is next year, that golf course is literally world class. So we've kind of taken a step into a whole new level of golf tournaments by doing this, and it's going to be exciting. I think that the participation will be even more than it was last year, and I think our ability to contribute to the nonprofits is going to be greater as well, and that's exciting. I mean, that's a perfect example of what the Chamber does so well: bring people together, interact, develop, build relationships, and give back in a big way at the same time, and that's super exciting.
Yeah, there's no question, and I've talked about this before earlier. It sort of feels like home when you walk into any event. So you can consider this is the home for businesses, and I think that's quite a tribute, to have and create an atmosphere like that. You talk, people speak about restaurants, dining experience. Well, restaurants that get it, they have unless it's a niche market, they have the full-blown experience. It's not just the food. In fact, rarely is it, I think, the food. It's always the service and the atmosphere. And this is what you guys provide for people: the atmosphere to grow, the path to success, and this unmatched service that certainly will get people to the next level. And I just think the world of actually both you guys and the Phoenix Metro Chamber.
Thank you. I also want to say a big thank you to our staff. Christina Lewis, who is our office manager, Johnny Cash, our business development representative, our Robert Bruno, our business development representative, and Virginia Fargo, our business development representative, and of course my father, our CEO. Without them, this wouldn't be what it is today and where it's going. And we thank them from the bottom of my heart for their efforts, their contributions. And of course, we want to thank our founders and our board members like Patrick and our partners like Dave Isaac and Greg Isaac with NBC Radio for everything they do. And like I say, I'm grateful to work with so many amazing professionals like yourselves, and this wouldn't be where it is today and where it's going without all of you. And I want to stress again, if you're out there and you're struggling with networking or you don't know where to go or who to talk to, like I did years ago when I first moved to Arizona, please come and see me. Please come and see us here at the Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. We're here to be your family. And we're always available, even during off hours, as you guys know, to answer any questions or concerns that anyone may have.
Now let's give out some contact information. Patrick, you want to give out some contact on your business?
Yeah. So Patrick Walker, of course, Walker Insurance Group, and my phone number is 602-529-6796. You can also get me at my email address, which is pwalker@insuranceproaz.com.
Nice. Very cool. And, of course, Jason, whatever contact information you would like to give.
So you can reach me at jason@phoenixmetrochamber.com, or you can reach me at either 602-863-4437 or at 602-561-2348. If I am not available, please feel free to speak to our team member, Christina Lewis, and Christina will be more than happy to assist you. Christina also can be reached at info@phoenixmetrochamber.com, and our website is phoenixmetrochamber.com if you'd like to review any information about the chamber or the foundation.
That is excellent. And Patrick Walker, owner of Walker Insurance Group, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's always nice seeing you.
Yes.
And, of course, Jason-Bressler, a founder and executive director for the Phoenix Metro Chamber. Thank you for being here. Of course, every third Wednesday at 11, we will be doing the Phoenix Metro Chamber Radio Hour. And I hear it's already booked up over a year right now. So
Awesome.
We've met some really good people. And I think it started last month, Daniel Cruz and Sue Chamberlain, I believe. They were really good. I think they really enjoyed it. We enjoy you. Remember, the Phoenix Metro Chamber of Commerce is the place to be. Sign up, attend if you want. Just attend first, and then sign up. You won't regret it. And, of course, this is the Breakthrough Thinking Broadcasting Network. We'll see you next month.